Hey guys, it's Ken Vandy, and CyberLink has just come out with a new version of PowerDirector, this time PowerDirector 15. So let's take a quick look at all the new features that this version has to offer. But before we look at that, I just want to let you guys know that if you want to buy CyberLink PowerDirector 15, I've got a link in the description and a coupon code where you can get 10% off. And with that, let's take a look at all the new features. Now, if you've ever used PowerDirector in the past, this will look pretty familiar. It's had this pretty much the same exact design language since PowerDirector 12, so past 3 years it's looked pretty much the same. Okay, the first new feature that they have, and really this is the only big feature that would warrant you even wanting the if you have an older version of PowerDirector. If you really want this, this is pretty much the only reason why you'd upgrade to CyberLink PowerDirector 15, and that is the two new aspect ratios that come with it. The first one I want to look at is the 360-degree video. Now this is kind of a big deal if you're into this kind of stuff, and doesn't mean anything if you don't have a 360-degree camera. They have some 360-degree sample footage here. I'll show you what this really is. So if you go to the tools and you go to the view designer, this is for the 360-degree video. You'll get this, and now you get something that looks like a real image, but as you'll notice, you're able to pan around and look all around the 360-degree view. So this is kind of cool. And also you can set up keyframes and whatever so that you can look around the world. See, it's kind of scrolling right now. Okay, and then the other aspect ratio that they've introduced is the 9:16 aspect ratio. This is for vertical video, for like if you're shooting on a cell phone or something. So let's take a look at that. This is what it looks like. This will be good if you're editing vines and stuff maybe. It's a little closer to the square shape of that. But I bet it'll annoy everyone else, especially if you're uploading to YouTube and stuff. Don't do that. So it's good that they include it though. Okay, the second new feature they have is called video blending, and what that is just like overlaying an extra video or transparent video over image or video you already have. So a good example of that, here's our video footage. You go to the tools, you go to blending effect, and they have just one preset that they include with PowerDirector right now, and it's like adding an old analog film to make it look like an old homemade movie, I guess. You can download more from the director's own website for free, by the way. But yeah, this is not really a big feature. I think it's more like an effects feature that you usually find in this tab. But if you have your own effects that you use in other video editors, like some fire effects or gun effects, this could be pretty useful. And well guys, there isn't really that much new with this version of PowerDirector. There are a few minor new things. As you can see, when you have some footage on the track now, there's no longer a modify button. Instead they have renamed it. There's designer, and they have split what the modify button was into two separate sections. There's the PIP designer and the mask designer. If you look at the mask designer, this only has to do with masks and the motion of the mask. So I don't really use that much, but I did use the PIP designer. I guess it's called the modify button a lot. This is where you get your like chroma key, your shadow, reflection, where you can do like the flip stuff and fades. So in and out, I use this a lot. So for new people, or for people who are returning to PowerDirector, this might throw you off a little bit. That's just a different way they sorted the new version of PowerDirector. Okay, and a few little footnotes. The rendering engine got upgraded to True Velocity 6, which doesn't really mean anything. I did some testing, and all the rendering times were identical at the same frame rates and same bit rates, so there was pretty much no difference there. Although for the H.265, which doesn't use the True Velocity engine, at least I don't think it does, that was about 8% faster at rendering H.265, so there's not really any like rendering time issues that would warrant you to want to upgrade. And also, this is no longer compatible with Windows Vista. And yeah, that's pretty much the only differences in PowerDirector 15 from PowerDirector 14. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. This video is just talking about the new features that were special to just PowerDirector 15. I'll be posting a full review about how CyberLink PowerDirector 15 stacks up to all the other video editors on the market. And that'll be coming later this week. And so if you want to see that, subscribe so that you don't miss it. Also, don't forget that if you do want to buy this version of PowerDirector, the first link in the description will take you to the website. And remember to use the coupon code that I have in the description. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to ask them in the comments below. I try to answer them pretty fast, usually in the same day that you post them there. And so I'll see you guys in the next one.